Good morning, everyone. My name is John Prather, and I'm the Director of Business Development for Bridge Digital in Nashville, Tennessee. And Bridge Digital is an integrator and value-added reseller with expertise in digital video workflows and the technologies to make them work better. We help creators and owners of digital content build the infrastructure to create, manage, distribute, and monetize their video assets effectively. Now, we're a vendor-neutral provider and sell every brand of storage imaginable: EMC, NetApp, Bright, Infratrend, HP, Promax, and many, many more. While many of you have your experiences with some of these brands and may even have a preference for one or more of them, I don't think I've ever seen a storage system that can do what Promax can to help accelerate video production workflows and improve collaboration. To tell us more about the platform and how it will help your team work more productively, I've got Amy Lounsbury, the channel manager for Promax Systems, to give us this short introduction to the Promax platform. We'll go about 30 minutes, and hopefully we'll have some time for some questions at the end. If you have any questions, just type them in the chat box at the bottom. So Amy, take it away.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm going to dive right in and give you guys a high-level overview of platform. So Bridge Digital, who's based in the United States, is one of our premier integrators. They're a value-added reseller with expertise in digital video, and we're very proud to have them representing platform. What we'll cover in the presentation is what platform is, how platform is differentiated from other shared storage solutions. We'll go through features, why customers are choosing platform, and we'll also go through scalability and performance. So what is platform? Platform at its very base is a shared storage server. It's designed specifically for video production. What we've done is we've developed a software that allows for zero latency packet lossless protocol with our software. This software actually enables high video performance. If you were going to compare it to another solution as far as hardware and software, it would be best compared to an ISIS and the way an ISIS works. Generally, tuning is done on the server side, but what makes our solution a bit different is we do tuning on both sides, both the server and the workstation. This allows for consistent throughput. You don't have to deal with stuttered playback and LE errors, dropped frames. Here's an example and a good visual of how we do the tuning on both sides. This actually allows for consistent throughput in video streaming with ProRes, DNX, RA-RAW, R3D, and so on. So all the different flavors. You can stream, write, and you can edit directly from our server. What makes us a bit different and platform a bit different is the fact that you can allow for additional functionality right on the server. This you can actually consider a workflow backbone. You can add asset management, you can do your archive, you can offload encoding and transcoding, you can also offload all of your rendering onto the server, therefore freeing up your workstation to continue working. So modularity is a big differentiator. In the video performance landscape, you've got different categories. This is a good visual of where we fit in. You've got companies who have solutions that are very good at video performance. You also have solutions out there that really aren't as focused on performance. They're very enterprise, but they don't have that really powerful video streaming. You have a few companies out there that actually allow for both enterprise as well as high-performance video performance. You have StorNext, Isilon, and Platform, which is our solution. We're a little different in the fact that all of our development is in-house and we come in a lot less expensive. This is an apples-to-apples comparison with shared video. They're still additionally different in the fact that you can add functionality onto our server, which you cannot do with the rest of these solutions. we have 3 different versions of platform. We have an online, a nearline, and studio. Our online allows for all the functionality that you want to add onto the system. Our studio, you can consider a mini platform online. It's scaled down, it's transportable. And then we have nearline. Nearline is where you want to put your content off of your tier 1 where you're working to keep that snappy performance, but still be able to efficiently access and have that as a part of your whole workflow. With our tier 1, just to recap, this works in everything from a ProRes to a BPX workflow. You can add functionality onto it. It's highly redundant and highly scalable. For a nearline, you still get that high performance, but it's a tier 2. So you get a lot of bang for your buck. You can get up to 108 terabytes for about $30,000 and really keep your tier 1 platform online fast. Our studio is ideal for cutting out of production or for a small work group. It's transportable, it's got handles, still works with the same ProRes all the way through to DNX HD workflow, has a built-in professional card reader. The server is whisper quiet. You don't need a server rack, so you can have it right there on a table at production and start editing. And again, also expandable with all the different functionalities. So let's cover modules and processors. So what enables us to have all of this modularity on top of a basic shared storage server? Well, it's not a basic shared storage server. Our server actually has more processing power. This is an example of the different servers that we have. We have an X model, a Y model, and a Z model, and it's just based on core. Shared storage relies on disk speed. You want to offload transcoding, you want to do your rendering. Some of the other functionalities that are CPU intensive are allowed within our server. I'm going to go through our paid modules. We have a shared storage solution. We have an archive module, a digital asset management module, and a transcode and encode module. Modules that are included are an After Effects render module, an FTP module, a security module, and a web module. I should point out, when you're doing After Effects rendering and offloading it onto platform, you should really look at a 12 or a 16 core server. So going through the features, our system and the software allow for a multi-user write file system, also allowing for file-level permissions. A big gotcha that comes up when you're looking at shared storage is licensing costs. We have no user licensing costs in our system. If you have a director or a producer that needs to access the content, we can allow for non-video users to connect over a standard network protocol. Really important question that comes up is, can this work in a Windows or a Mac environment or with Linux clients? Yes. Most of the creative people that are using this system are on a Mac. So what we allowed for is a very mixed environment. So going through the features of storage management, you guys can actually grow and shrink volumes, and it's non-destructive. You can do this on the fly. That's a really cool feature. So if you need to shift around and expand a volume or shrink a volume to accommodate a project, you can do that very easily without worrying about destroying any content. You can also replicate either on-site or off-site between two systems for ultimate data protection. Workflow automation is also built into this with scheduling projects. You can copy, you can move, you can set something up so that, let's say, every night at midnight you want to archive a certain file or a certain volume. You can set all this up. Workflow automation is a really cool feature built into the system. We have in our software checksums. So if you guys need to actually move copies, you can do that. Make sure that your data is safe with checksums. And going through the content management, you guys are able to replicate, backup, copy, move, and you're also able to control performance, set up scheduling, and you can adjust bandwidth accordingly. You can replicate and back up between 2 different servers, and you can also do that in 2 different locations if needed. You have a facility in New York and Los Angeles, you can easily do that. What we did was we designed a very elegant, simple user interface. You don't need to make this any more complicated than it needs to be. Most creatives are tasked with managing and using a user interface, and they'll find it's just too complicated, cumbersome, or it doesn't have the features that video needs. So having a nice, simple interface, being able to manage and monitor your media, controlling all of that performance, managing multiple servers and controlling permissions by individual users, groups, or departments are all within this user interface. If you guys need to scale users and storage performance, you can do that right in the user interface. You can direct connect up to 12 clients with our system, and we run over 1 gig, 10 gig copper, 10 gig fiber, and we also have Thunderbolt availability. If you want to scale up, you can add a switch. With scalability and performance, you guys can actually add 1 expansion for Studio. You can add 3 expansions for a platform online. If you add a switch, you can expand out. So this solution goes from everything from a small work group or a very small company all the way out to the largest studios. Not every system allows you guys the ability to scale your performance. This system does. These are concurrent streams. So balance the load, expand, and you can continue increasing your performance. Platform has a fantastic warranty. 3-year parts, 1-year standard storage, or 5-year for enterprise, 3-year extended support after the first year that's included in the price, and then we have unlimited remote support to all platform customers. All right, folks, that's the end of the slideshow. We want to open it up to any questions.